I'm Tyler.
I'm Shorty.
I'm Miles.
I'm Kara.
And we are The Inner Idiot.
The following podcast has strong language, violence, and other things you probably shouldn't let your children listen to. Please enjoy. Hey, Ty, if you wanted to make a podcast, how would you do it?
Spotify Podcasters app, of course. Or hell, even the website.
Do they have any way you can edit audio and help with organizing your episodes?
All that and more. You can reach out to listeners and have feedback with their Q&A feature, and it distributes it to all other major places you listen to podcasts.
I just looked, and they got a video podcast set up and editing tools here, too.
So all you got to do is sign up at SpotifyForPodcasters.com or get the app, and you're done.
Damn, it's just that easy.
Stop what you're doing, swallow what you're chewing. It ain't wet from sweat, and we ain't done yet. Welcome to the show where we're just going to say anything and everything. You know, we're just going to talk shit for about 45 minutes and send you on your way. Welcome to Inner Idiot Podcast.
Panic attack doing this stupid shit.
I am your host, the big, the bald, the beautiful, the brash, the bumbling, and the oftentimes bastardly MC Tyler Havlin, and I talk slow and I walk slower, and that's just how I roll. Let's go.
Two claps and a Ric Flair.
Woo! we still got the best two claps and a Ric Flair, though, between the three of us. We gotta go around the room. He is the Lord that's never bored, the commander of the comic books. He's been pegging kitty and grabbing titty since December 11th,
I just did the blank stare.
2020, dumb. I think it's time you update the resume. Lord Shorty Fresh in the flesh, two claps and a Ric Flair.
Woo!
Every time we do that, you just hear from the other room, stop.
Now!
It's great. All right. Next up, he's a Jedi in the streets and a Sith in the sheets. If you got a pap, he will smear it. He's giving out prostate exams on the low. Two claps and a Ric Flair for Dr. Miles Sham.
Woo!
Egg.
See, it's not on the low if you keep telling people.
No, on the low. I mean on the cheap. Not on the DL. Not on the down low. It's on the low.
I'm a goddamn doctor. Shit's gonna be at least $2,000.
$2,000.
That's all it takes for you to play with the butthole?
I mean, $3,000 if you wanted to be sterile.
I mean, this sterility really... I mean, how much...
Did you just say sterility?
Yeah.
I don't believe that's a word.
Okay, well, it is now.
No.
Doubtful. And that's pretty much all you pay for when you go to a doctor's office. You're paying for them to be clean and take care of you.
Okay.
Would
Touche.
you fucking go see a doctor working out of his trailer? He's got fucking ashtrays and beer bottles everywhere.
The
Yes.
mob and Yakuza do it all the time.
Well, I'm not part of the mob yet.
They'll go to goddamn veterinarians to get a bullet taken out.
Again, I'm
I
not
guess
a
they're
mob
clean
doctor.
too.
Yeah.
But a
Could
mob
you see
doc-
like a thug going in there? Yo, this is my dog. I need to get a bullet removed. Like, oh no, what breed is he? He's like 6'2".
human?
Human.
All right. Well,
Hey,
today,
you Puerto Rican, right?
today's top five got switched up a little bit. So we're gonna move the top five we originally had planned, and today we're just gonna talk about death, you know, because it's a fun subject, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So today's top five is top five
Just got
ways.
dark.
It's not gonna be that dark. Come on, it's got me in here. I'm gonna light up everybody's life until it's over. All right. Top five ways you don't want to die. We're starting off with Miles.
All right, so counting down from... it's always hard to figure out which way I want to do this. From, like, I wouldn't want to have this happen to I definitely don't want to have this happen.
Okay.
I'm going to start with fire.
All
I don't
right.
want to get burnt up. I always make jokes I'm immune to fire, but I don't think it's true.
I doubt it.
Next is drowning. I think that one would be pretty shitty because you just have to know at some point it's gonna happen.
Sure.
slowly. I don't care how it's done. Just make it quick.
Right.
You know, milk and honey death. One came up. I forget what the fucking show is. It's like Classroom something, animated adult show, and they just go around and like travel through history, and you learn shit.
Sure.
A lot of weird shit. Milk and honey death. They tie you to a boat, put another boat on top of it, so only your head and arms are out. Your arms and feet are put in the water. You're force-fed milk and honey. Gives you diarrhea. You shit yourself. Maggots and flies and shit start to get in there and eat you from the inside out.
Brutal.
Super brutal. Dude, yeah.
Wow.
History's fucked.
History is fucked. You know about the bamboo thing, right?
Which one?
They cut down a bamboo field, tie you down to the ground, and let the bamboo grow up through you.
Oh, that sounds fucking sweet.
Yeah, this is a real thing. I actually read about it
God, that takes
just a few days ago.
Bamboo grows fast as fuck, but
Yep.
at least a couple weeks.
No, overnight it can grow like, I want to say like 36 inches or some shit.
Nuh-uh.
Dude, we'll Google it just to fact check, but it is a ridiculous amount.
And then finally, ritual sacrifice.
You don't want to be anybody's ritual sacrifice? I mean, that
No, because I want to see what the fuck happens after. You're using me to summon something evil. I want to see it.
Why's it got to be evil? Maybe they're fucking using you to
I
summon a
believe
My
evil
Little
and
Pony.
good is a spectrum.
Isn't there only two spectrums?
Yes.
Isn't that what you said? All right.
You know, if I'm going to be tied to the stone table and cut up, like, that sucks ass. I want to see what happens afterwards.
I really hope they're fucking summoning Rainbow Dash, though, or something.
Fuck you. Applejack's the best.
Applejack's is pretty dope, and she's got a cool accent.
I have no opinion on this matter.
Izzy is my favorite, though.
They can all go to hell. Applejack runs a farm and feeds all the goddamn ponies, all right? Ain't none of the other ones working. They're all going to school and learning about friendship and bullshit. She's out here working her ass off.
This is true. She's a hell of an athlete, though, man. You gotta get up on the My Little Ponies.
No.
Have you watched Generations, My Little Ponies Generations?
No.
Izzy. It's all new ponies. You gotta watch it. Izzy is that pony.
No, the girls are real big on the friendship is magic one.
Shorty's checked out. He's like, I'm not a brownie.
Yeah, there's a
that's
laundry list of things I am. That is not one of them.
Look, here's the thing, man. When
You have daughters, you got to learn.
Yeah. And
Bullshit.
you got to try and find enjoyment out of the things you wouldn't typically, because or else you're just going to fucking
But see,
bash
there's
your
two
brains
types
into
of
a
people
wall.
who talk about that show. Men, or, men who have daughters, and then men who shouldn't be near anyone's daughter.
Okay, point taken. Or men that want to be a daughter. So there's that.
Men who shouldn't be near daughters.
Okay, I'll give you that. That works. All right. So if you fall into the second one, go ahead and hit your head against the wall a few hundred times.
Word.
All right. Did you get to your number one? Milk and honey was your number one?
No, ritual sacrifice was.
Ritual, yeah.
Fire, slowly drowning, milk and honey, ritual sacrifice.
That milk and honey one still got my butthole puckered up a little bit, though.
Yeah, that sounds terrible.
Sort of like the Four Horses one, too, but I didn't think that one would be as bad.
Like when they quarter you, each horse goes a different way?
No, they tie each arm and leg to a different horse, and then they
Yeah.
rip
Fucking
you to
smack their
pieces.
asses.
Yeah.
Bam.
Rip you into
Isn't
five
that called
pieces.
quartering?
I didn't know it was called that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Drawn and quartered?
You might be right.
I might be wrong. I mean, it's a strong possibility
Sure.
I'm wrong. So,
But that was it for mine.
all right. You're up, Shorts.
Okay. I guess from worst to one I might be okay with, but still don't want to happen. I think that's how my list is going to go. Is going to be drowning. I already don't like the water, so I avoid it like it's the plague anyway.
So to be taken out by something you avoid.
Yes, exactly right. I'm not here for it. The fucking... I guess if it's called quartering, that would have been it. Because I was going to describe it, but if it's called quartering, that's what it is.
I'm going to look it up after the show. I want to say that's what it is.
I got us.
Keyhold.
Ooh.
What is that? Do I even want to know?
All right, so keyhold is basically like when you betray your ship or whatever in the pirate, the fucking pirate world or whatever. But they basically tie a rope to your fucking ankles. You get thrown overboard, and you are drawn from one side of the ship all the way underneath and up to the other side, and then back and forth
Ooh, that was
until you're fucking dead.
Drawn and quartered is you're fastened to a hurdle or wooden panel and dragged by the horse to your place of execution, where you're hanged almost to death, disemboweled, emasculated, beheaded, and quartered, chopped into pieces, parentheses, and then you're put on display.
all right. So I was wrong.
Jesus. Huh.
Usually reserved for people who have committed high treason. So it's not something that happened regularly. It was a whole big show.
Damn. Next would be starvation. Do not want to die without, like, I want to at least have a last meal and not be 3 days beforehand.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, anytime you die, you're gonna have a last meal, regardless if you.
Right, but I don't want it to be like my last meal. Then
You want
3
to know
days.
it's your last meal?
Huh?
You want to know it's your last meal?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not. It's not that I need to know it's my last meal. I would just like to have one like 10 minutes beforehand.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Let me
Like,
get
I
a
don't.
full belly.
Yeah. Let me die and like shit out in peace. All right. And then the way I don't definitely, or the one I'd be somewhat okay with, would probably be burning alive.
Oh, but you only feel it for a few seconds, right? Is
Yeah.
that what they say?
Usually pass out from like smoke inhalation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The burning to death and drowning are super scary.
The burning part for me is why I don't want it. I just don't want to be all crispy. Like, it don't smell like burnt hair and fly. Like, it's just,
I ain't worried about that. That's the living's problem.
nah.
That,
Well, you are living for a little bit.
yeah. Burning is one of the worst feelings ever. Like, I hate getting burnt by anything. It's horrible. I'm a bitch when it comes to it.
I get burnt all the time at work.
I know. It's, when I work there, always
Small
burnt.
burns ain't nothing.
I hate it because they're so annoying. Like, even after they're, like, they don't hurt, then they itch. But then if you scratch them, you break it open. It's a whole ordeal.
Man, we went fucking kayaking fucking this week, and bro, like, I don't wear shorts, and I work third shift. My legs are fucking, they still fucking hurt. It's bad.
Get you some leggings next time. Just go in
That's
some leggings.
probably what's gonna happen.
Or some scuba bottoms.
scuba bottoms.
Scuba Steve. All right. I guess I'm up. All right.
Yeah, you're it, dog.
So, do you know? All right, alligators. They're not friendly, right?
No.
But there's one
Goddamn
weird
angry lizard.
death that happens more to people than getting killed by an alligator. Do you know what it is?
Hippo.
No, hippos are fucking brutal.
Cows.
Vending machines. Vending machines kill more people every year than alligators.
I believe it.
My number 5 way I don't want to go out is buy a goddamn vending machine. I don't want to be hungry and go try and get my fucking Snickers
See,
because nobody
starving to death. Sounds terrible.
Nobody likes you when you're hungry, and including the vending machine, because if that motherfucker falls on you, you are dead. DEA dead.
I don't think I've ever shaken a vending machine enough to where I'd ever fear for it to tip.
Yeah, because them things are sturdy.
Fuck
You know
yeah,
what I
it
mean?
is.
If it's not sturdy, then there was a fucking installation problem.
Yeah.
Whoever installed that motherfucker needs to be fired. Number 4 is I don't want to go out masturbating. I don't want to die with my dick in my hand.
Why?
Because, for one, then everybody that's going to come in there, they're going to get to see my little pee-pee. All right? I don't need everybody seeing my little pee-pee and knowing that I died with it in my hand. All right?
Doesn't
Just
want to die with it in his hand, but he'll fucking whip it out to the fuzzy booby channel with fucking grandma in bed.
She's in bed. I'm on the floor. She couldn't see it.
Lies.
Couldn't see it. Grandma, God rest your soul. She went peacefully in her sleep. And not while I was watching the booby channel.
Thank God.
I don't know what all this finger waving I was doing was for
Fucking
that.
sassy.
All right,
Fucking weirdo.
number 3 is any kind of death by snake. I'm not here for it. Fuck snakes. If that's what takes me out of this world, we're gonna have a problem. I'm coming back. I'm haunting every motherfucking snake there is. For the rest of the afterlife.
Would a snake know it's being haunted, though?
This is an annoying cloud.
Damn fog.
Speaking of snakes, I learned something new the other night. They're already evil, you know, the whole running with no legs thing, swimming with no fins, and flying with no wings. You know these motherfuckers can sense a fucking earthquake from 75 miles away?
Yes.
That's crazy.
Their entire body is laying on the fucking ground at all times.
He's going to be really mad when he learns how snakes can fly.
I said they can fly with no wings.
Did you?
Yeah, I know snakes can fly. I'm not...
Those little fuckers grab tree branches and just whip themselves.
Flatten their bodies out and just glide. Oh, man. Yeah, fuck death by snakes. Don't want that. Number 2 is laying in bed eating popcorn. I don't want to be laying in bed eating popcorn and die.
That sounds awesome.
I know somebody who this has killed them. Well, I used to know them because obviously I don't know them anymore. They're fucking dead. They were laying in bed eating popcorn. They choked to death. Crazy. Like
Colonel took him out.
Yeah. And
Sorry, that's not funny.
That's all right.
I mean, could you imagine like a eulogy, like when they're talking about how they passed and they were just taken out by
I'm
fucking
glad this is your
kettle corn?
friend we're talking about.
I'm just saying.
I mean, I'm here for it. If I had a friend go out in like kind of a funny way, they would expect me to make jokes. I can respect that.
Yeah, if I die in some hilarious manner, there best be fucking jokes.
I got you,
There's gonna
homie.
be jokes, but I mean, chances are I'm gonna be the first to go out of all of us anyway. So, all right,
I do a lot of stupid shit.
You're safe though.
Motherfucker, I stand like 10 feet away from a giant blender.
Well, we'll see who goes
I
first.
work with a Jewish person's worst nightmare.
Big ovens. And it's a German company.
Ah.
All right, here we go. Number 1 is I don't want to die while pooping. And this is why I stand and wipe, people, because if you're sitting and wiping and you lean over to fucking wipe, you might fall off, you might hit your goddamn head, and then boom, you're laying in the middle of the floor, dead, with your pants around your ankles, with mud in your butt cheeks. And
You
then
realize-
people, look, I realize what, look, I want to die fully clothed.
Okay.
All right? But what? Realize what?
Do you realize that when you die, you void your bowels? So your butt cheeks are going to have shit in them anyway?
Could you imagine the people? That's fine, but if you're fully clothed, it's all right. Could you imagine being the poor fucking paramedics
This
that
motherfucker
have to
fell, shat himself, and then died.
Yeah. But that would be the fucking worst. Imagine being the person picking up that dead body. Worst job ever if you had to pick me up after I died on the toilet, fell off, hit my head, with mud in my butt cheeks.
So,
naked.
okay, so you say you don't want to die naked, or, with, your fucking, your fucking dingling fucking exposed, right?
Right. I mean, it has none. It's more than just the dingling. I just don't want to die naked.
Okay, fine. Well, what about dying while fucking?
That's okay, because then I die hard. And at least then they knew I was getting laid when I went out. Like,
See, it's weird how the standards have
and
shifted.
at least I have socks on then.
Shut up, Ty.
Fuck you and your socks.
You're fucking stupid.
Oh, all right. You guys got anything else to add?
To the fucking weird ways. Like, seriously, though, like, out of the 3 of us sitting in this room, dude, I consistently do more dangerous things and, like, way dumber shit.
But see, I think that's why, though.
And your level of luck is probably
No,
higher.
fuck you, dude. I ain't got no fucking luck. I get hurt all the goddamn time.
But you get hurt. You don't get dead. You do things that
Duh.
could get you dead, but they just get you hurt.
Yeah, because I'm cautious.
Well, see, I think that's where the difference comes in. While you're cautious and still do stuff, I edge on the side of safety 90% of the time.
Yeah, which
I
means
think-
you're not doing the dangerous thing. Right?
Yeah, but I think that makes my risk higher because I want to know what to do if a dangerous situation occurred because I don't deal with them. So
Well, fuck, half the time I don't know what it is, and then somebody's like, Shorty, you almost died. I'm like, oh, fuck, you're right.
All right, when we come back for the second segment, we're going to talk about funny ways people have died. We've told you how we don't want to die. But next, we're going to talk about funny ways people have died, and we're probably going to point and laugh at them. And that's okay.
But
I don't think there's a funny way to die.
We're going to find out. Google is going to tell us. So go ahead, hit the button. We'll be
All right.
right back.
Shit!
Do you love podcasts? Of course you do. That's why you're here. But you know what's even better than listening to a podcast? Making your own. That's right, and Anchor makes it simple. I'm your favorite host, MC Tyler Havlin, and I'm telling you, go download the Anchor app today, Anchor FM. They have all the tools you need to get started today. And best part is, it's totally free. They push it out to all the major platforms like Spotify, Apple, Google Podcasts. So get started today, people. Go download the app, Anchor FM. I'll wait. Do it now.
And we're back, and we're going to talk about death some more. You know, because people have died in some funny ways.
Oh, that's right.
But before we do that, I guess I got to give an update on my weight.
Yeah.
Last time it was 358.6. Today I'm at 354.7, so it's still going down.
Good shit.
I've not had one go up. It's gone down about the same amount every time, too. 3.9 every time. I'll take it. I will take it. All right, so let's jump into funny ways people have died. Shorty, this one's for you. I'm looking at you on this one.
Why?
Death by beard.
Oh, yeah.
Alan Pinkerton, the founder of the famous Pinkerton Detective Agency, died in Chicago, 1884, after he slipped on the pavement and severely bit down on his tongue. I read the wrong one, because that was death by biting his tongue.
Yeah.
Let me get back to the weird ones. Here we go. Hans Steininger from Austria was famous for two things: having the world's longest beard, 4 feet and 7 inches long, and 2, for dying due to his beard. In 1567, there was a fire in Hans town, and from his haste, he forgot to roll up his beard. By accidentally stepping on his beard, lost his balance, stumbled, and died after falling and breaking his neck. Yeah.
What a bummer, dude.
Yeah. The guy that died from biting his tongue, he actually died from the gangrene, which resulted in biting his tongue.
Yeah.
Oh. Could you imagine, like, how long are you going to grow your beard?
I mean,
How long have you been growing it?
I've trimmed it a few times since, I don't know, I trimmed it like 3 months ago.
Yeah, because it doesn't seem like it's gotten much longer. It seems like it's kind of at a stalemate.
Sure.
I need it to be longer, but I need it not to be long enough that you're going to trip and die.
No. I'll braid it and shit before then. Because I braid it all the time already.
I know. It looks so good when you braid it. You should braid it more often.
Just wait for it to get really long and then braid it and like put a ponytail in it. Or
I got
something
some
like that.
Viking beard beads. Those would look dope.
We'll do something with it. We'll get
All right.
weird. Let's see here. I got one. It's Death by Shopping Cart.
Ooh.
18-year-old Cameron Bearable, I don't know, from Orlando, Florida, was riding inside a shopping cart while holding on to an SUV in March of 2008. The shopping cart's wheels struck a speed bump in the shopping cart in the shopping center parking lot at 42 miles per hour, and he overturned. His body hit the pavement of the parking lot and died shortly after.
Jesus.
I mean, he was doing something and having fun, so at least he went out having a good time. Before he hit that ninja speed bump.
There you go.
I'm telling you, that was a good crunch, Miles. For those of you that don't know, we're enjoying some cream savers right now.
Gift from Rosemary.
Thank you, Rosemary.
Thank you very much.
Oh, this guy has a cool name. Drowning by Gifts. Since gifts were given today. Draco was the first legislator of Athens in ancient Greece, and whose legacy is known for its harshness. Thus, the term draconian is often related to unforgiving rules or laws. Draco's death in the 7th century BC came about when he was smothered by a downpour of cloaks, hats, and shirts thrown as gifts by his appreciative supporters at the Aeginetan Theater. I mean, there's worse ways to go than being showered with gifts. But at one point, do you tell people, okay, enough's enough.
All the cloaks.
All the cloaks.
Goofy.
So if you guys watch Stranger Things, I don't know why this made me think of it, but have you watched it?
Yeah.
Right? So we know what a Demogorgon is. All
Okay,
right.
so hold on. I know the Stranger Things definition, and I know the Dungeons and Dragons definition.
We're going with the Stranger Things Demogorgon.
Okay.
So it has occurred to me that the next time I tell my exploding penis story, I can just say my dick Demogorgoned. So next time I tell that story, my dick definitely Demogorgoned.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. There you go.
And I didn't die.
Yeah, you did not. I got one. It's called the deodorant heart attack.
Oh boy.
Jonathan Capwell from Oldham, England, became obsessed with smelling fresh and would cover his entire body in spray deodorant at least twice a day.
Twice a day?
Yep. And in July of 1998, he suffered a heart attack after the deodorant gases built up in his body over months of repeated spraying himself, and he died in his bedroom
Wow. All right. So
from a heart attack.
that's crazy. Like, do you guys religiously wear deodorant?
I mean, in my armpits,
I religiously, every day I put on deodorant.
right?
But I also put a little bit on my wrists. You ever do that?
No.
Yeah,
Just
but it
so that-
specifically said like spray.
Yeah, it was deodorant spray.
Still, that's kind of scary.
Why do you put it on your wrist?
Because it works as a cologne almost, and it stays around a while, and it's not overpowering.
I've never heard that before.
Because cologne can be overpowering, right?
I mean, if you do it right or wrong.
I mean, some people's noses are sensitive, and I try to be aware of that. So when I put my deodorant in my armpits, I just quick little dab on my wrists.
Weird.
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
Works. It keeps me smelling fresh.
All right.
I don't want to have a heart attack though. Maybe I should stop. I know it's not spray deodorant, but now you
I
got
feel
me
like
a
you
little
should be
worried.
okay.
Yeah.
You're also not
that-
applying it twice a day.
No,
to your whole body.
no. You ever put it between your legs?
No, they have
Well-
powder for that.
That doesn't always
Baby
work for me.
powder.
Monkey butt.
I wear
That's
a lot.
it.
I wear a lot of black, so sometimes when I powder, it like seeps through the black, and you can see it really well. Yeah.
How the hell you put on powder?
Huh?
You're doing something wrong if it's seeping through. Using way too much.
Dude, but my legs rub and touch like it's pushing everything out. Just happens. I got big legs. You got one for us, Miles? No?
Nah.
All right. I'm going to read you off a couple headers. You tell me which one you want to hear.
Okay.
With just yay or nay. Elephant squash.
Nay.
Nay? Okay. Strained bladder.
Yeah.
Strained bladder? Okay. Tycho Brahe, a Danish nobleman, was known for his comprehensive astronomical research. That's a cool name, though. Tycho Brahe. Tycho
Sounds
died-
like a fancy hat.
A little bit. Tycho Brahe died October 24, 1601 from bladder complications after attending a banquet where he refused to use the restroom knowing that it was impolite to leave before the meal was done. If I gotta go to the bathroom in the middle of a meal, fuck y'all, I'm getting up and I'm going.
Yeah, but times were a lot different back then.
Yeah,
It was super easy to offend somebody.
I guess.
I don't know if the times have changed that much.
People just get
I'm talking about like for like as far as like ballroom and dining etiquette. Yeah.
people just get offended for different reasons now.
Yeah, but nobody goes to fucking ballrooms and shit like that anymore.
Well,
maybe
that's what I'm
we
saying.
should.
That's why things are so much different. You know, if we all go out to eat lunch or whatever, you're not offended if I get up to go to the restroom.
Sure.
Back then, how dare you?
After the banquet, Tycho no longer was able to urinate, and 10 days later he died. It is reported that he wrote his own epitaph stating he lived like a sage and died like a fool.
I like it.
I've heard of cats dying of this before. Holding
Yeah.
their urine for so long to the point where they can no longer urinate.
That's
I've
wild.
seen it happen before.
Yeah. It's
the first I've ever heard of it.
That cat died a painful death, apparently.
That's wild.
A lot of cats.
So weird.
I know. It is so weird. They got a litter box.
I think it has something to do with like marking territory too.
I already own this spot. I cannot urinate again until I find a new
Well, I
one.
think it's less of that. It's more so like wild cats, I would assume. Like strays, not so much like domesticated house cats.
Yeah.
Because you're out roaming the woods and shit. If everything's already marked and you try and mark on another territory, you're going to get your ass kicked.
That, or if an indoor cat gets outside and it's used to using a litter box.
It can't find its spot. It can hold it and it can explode.
Yeah. I think that's actually what happened to the people's cat that I knew that it passed on from.
How strange.
Very strange. All right, you guys ready for the next ones?
Sure.
All right, give me a yay or nay. A pitched ball.
Nah.
Kicked off the train.
I'm interested to see how this goes.
Yeah.
And it's probably what you think. Just kicked off a train. On July 2nd, 1903, Ed Delahanty, a Hall of Fame baseball player for the Philadelphia Phillies, your hometown, well, your family's hometown, was kicked off a train by the conductor due to being drunk and violent. After Ed got off the train, he drunkenly wandered across a bridge in New York and eventually fell off and into a river. Unfortunately, the river led him to the Niagara Falls.
God bless.
So wouldn't that be death by Niagara Falls? Not
Yeah,
kicked
right.
off a train.
That one was a little misleading.
Well, it's
That circumstance, just like A led to B.
Semantics.
Matter.
Semantics.
I mean, you're a famous Hall of Fame baseball player. I would say you have to be pretty belligerent to get kicked off that train. Because most people, when you're famous...
What year was this?
1903.
Baseball's not the huge rage that it is now.
Dude, baseball is actually dying. Baseball is no longer America's pastime. It is now football.
Sure.
If we get rid of the rest of the sports ball.
There's people like Ty that need it or want it.
I love sports. I mean, unfortunately, I can't follow it as much as I'd like, but so
Let them have their thing. They're fine.
yeah. Beer flood, yay or nay?
I'm here for it.
Yeah.
This is a top 5 way I'd probably want to go is in a beer flood. On October 17th, 1814, the Mew and Company Brewery had huge vats of beer rupture and rush into the streets of Tottenham Court Road. In total, let me count the zeros, 322,002 gallons flooded the town and 8 people drowned in the beer or died from injuries. To this day, the incident is referred as the London Beer Flood.
Wow, that's wild.
You think like so? Here's what I think when that much beer floods into the street. Like it can't be more than like waist high. Like these motherfuckers were down in the water with their straws and just trying to drink so much of it that they drowned themselves.
It might have been waist high at some point, but you got to think all of that all at once, getting pushed a singular direction, wipes some people out.
Yeah, that's a lot of beer. I wonder
Yeah,
how much-
you got to figure people died from either A, drinking it, B, getting pushed into something or falling or God knows what.
I guess that is a lot. That's almost 500,000 gallons.
Right.
That's a lot, actually. I mean, put 322,000 milk jugs in the road and see how far it goes.
Yeah.
Big ass cup we got to tip over.
Send us your empty milk jugs, people. It's for science.
We let them all fall to the top of the hill.
Good Lord. All right, mosquito curse.
What?
Mosquito curse, yeah or
You
nay?
said curse. I want to hear about this.
Yeah.
Like little mosquito doing blood rites and shit.
If it's a mosquito curse, here we go. George Herbert, an Egyptologist who helped uncover the tomb of Tut, died mysteriously. Dun, dun, dun. On April 5th, 1923, after being bit by a mosquito. Allegedly, many felt his death was caused by the mummy's curse, which was perpetuated. Wow, you put a space.
Perpetuated?
Yeah, they put a space in there that didn't need to be in there. They broke up the word, so it fucked me all up. By a public warning a few weeks earlier by novelist Mary Coretti, Mary stated there would be dire consequences for anyone who entered Tut's tomb.
I don't know. We see a lot of shit like that. So, like, I don't know, was it 2020 was a real shitty year?
Yeah. When they found, like, remains of...
Like a 6-foot tall priestess who had a golden eye. They're like, please don't remove that.
Yeah. Leave the eye there.
Did you see the one, the rock in Japan or whatever that cracked? Yeah, I don't know if it was 2020 or 2019, 2021. I don't know when it was. But apparently there's this sacred rock that supposedly a demon or god or whatever had been sealed and locked away.
It was a My Little Pony.
Shut the fuck up. But it was just been there for so long, and then mysteriously one day it had fucking cracked solid in half. Yeah.
There are things you just don't fuck with, right?
Well, nobody knows how it happened. It just fucking did it one day.
So, speaking of the finding the eye thing, right? There's things you don't fuck with. Titanic 2. Not the movie.
Electric Boogaloo.
We talked about this the other night on Pod Bless.
Why would you do that?
There's a Titanic 2. It is built to look like the original Titanic.
But bigger.
And it is taking the same route that the Titanic took.
Global warming took care of that iceberg, bro.
It doesn't matter. Like, do you want that juju? Like, are you getting on the Titanic too?
I mean, it wasn't really the Titanic, but...
And that's what was brought up. It was like the sister ship, and they hit.
Yeah, it was a big insurance fraud.
That's what we talked about the other night. But my thing is, who the fuck has a garage big enough to hold a boat like
garage?
That? I don't know. It's the fucking Titanic. Where are you hiding that thing for all this time?
You're not hiding it, bro.
No, the Titanic is the other ship. The ship that sunk was the sister ship.
Yeah. But then where'd they hide the actual Titanic?
They didn't. You have two boats.
Mm-hmm.
Named Titanic and what was like the Olympia or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
All they did was switch the names of the boat. Sunk the real Olympia and took the real Titanic, named the Olympia back with them.
Okay.
Insurance fraud.
I don't know. That was the same point that was brought up the other night. All right, so on to the next ones. How long have we run on this segment?
16 minutes.
We'll do a couple more. Robot murder, yay or nay?
I mean, it's robot murder. Let's go.
All right. Kenji Urata worked at a plant in Tokyo that was operated by 50 industrial robots. On July 4th, 1981, Kenji failed to completely turn off a malfunctioning robot he was fixing. Lockout, tag out, people. Lockout, tag out. Due to his error, the broken robot pushed him into a grind CAG machine with its hydraulic arm. Kenji is known as one of the first people to ever be killed by an arm bot.
Yeah, that robot was like, oh yeah, look at me, I'm having a malfunction, human.
This is my revenge.
Make me do all the hard stuff.
Alright, shooting a cactus.
What?
I don't know, it just says shooting a cactus.
Alright, continue.
David Grundman in 1982 fired several close-range shots with his shotgun at a saguaro cactus. The cacti, which stood 26 feet tall,
Jesus,
dropped a 4-foot branch on top of Grundman's head. Idiot.
Wow.
Ultimately crushing him to death. Grundman's death is immortalized in the song Segura, written by the Texas band the Austin Lounge Lizards.
That's funny.
We need to hear this song.
Maybe. Did I ever tell you guys about the time my dad damn near killed me because standing underneath a tree
branch?
Yep. Yeah, okay.
You were in a safe place and he said, "Come here, son, that's not safe," and he put you right in harm's way.
Yes.
He knew what he was doing.
He knew what he was doing. This motherfucker was trying to take me out.
Insurance.
That's right. Really, really, really late term abortion.
That was really late term.
That's what I'm saying.
Start all that shit.
All right, death by dessert.
I don't know. That seems pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
I had too much sweets.
Embracing the moon.
What?
Which moon?
Fucking hippies, read it.
Adolf Fredrik, the king of Sweden, ate himself. This is not the right one.
He ate himself? Finish your sentence.
Delicious.
No, I think this is death by dessert. Here we go. They just put it in the wrong spot. Look, whoever transcribed this thing did a piss poor job.
Look at
All
him.
right.
Here, I actually have that one. Hold on. Embracing the Moon.
The Chinese poet Li Po
There you go. You're on it.
was well known for creating his famous poetry, Intoxicated. Because let's face it, we all do things a little better when we're drunk, right?
Not true, but yes.
I know. I was just go with it. Just let it happen. One drunken evening, while his boat was on the Yangtze River, Li Po fell in love with the moon. In his desperation to embrace his newfound lover, he fell into the river and drowned. Idiot.
Idiots.
All right, we can do two more. So choose carefully.
I like booby trapped.
Let's hear it.
Two compulsive hoarders, Homer and Langley Coley, set up a booby traps to protect their stuff from intruders. One unfortunate day in 1947, as Langley was crawling through the tunnel of garbage, he had set off one of his own booby traps. Langley was crushed under tons of garbage, and his paralyzed brother starved because he was unable to feed himself without getting out.
Jesus.
They made their traps too good.
Well, they didn't fucking think of an escape plan.
Yeah. All right.
What a
here-
hell of a job that would be back in the day. Like, someone just calls you up, I need you to booby trap this temple. I got you.
Dude, that would be such a fucking fun job. Could you imagine?
Trap maker?
Yeah, dude.
Trap smith?
Trapsmith?
Yeah, I like that one better.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
sounds
me
more
too.
fancy.
Yeah, I like that.
Pet snake. Yay. All the more reason why you shouldn't have a pet snake, people. Sorry.
Go ahead and read it, Ty.
There are many people who own snakes as pets. However, unlike Robert Paulerson from Florida, most people don't own an 11-foot pet python, as they shouldn't.
That's where he fucked up. Get little snake.
Yeah.
Yeah, 6-foot python.
In 1999, Robert had removed his pet from his cage to feed him. When the hungry snake bit him on the forehead, Robert was found dead in the apartment with his pet snake entwined around his suffocated body.
Nice.
You don't need snakes, people.
You hear a lot of stories like that.
Yeah.
It usually happens because, like, people who interact way too much with their pet snakes or let them roam the house or whatever, you'll see the snake, like, start to, like, cuddle up to them, and it's just measuring them to see how much room they need.
Yeah.
And then, like, the snake will starve itself for a while. They usually call the vet, like, hey, my snake's not eating. Well, is your snake doing this? Yes, it's trying to eat you.
Right.
Huh.
It's prepping you for a meal.
Yeah.
That is nuts.
Yeah, it's fucking bananas.
Bananas. That's all
You
I
know,
got.
thinking of funny and odd, obscure ways to die. Back when Walking Dead was like super fucking like big, and everybody and their brother was watching and shit like that. Right before one of the seasons ended, everybody was speculating who was gonna die. You know what I mean? Because like Walking Dead was good about killing at least one, semi-major character a season. And there was this Facebook conversation going back and forth between my friends and some other people and shit like that. And of course, everybody was on this huge kick, like if Daryl dies, we riot, or whatever.
I remember that.
Yeah, and I said, I hope Daryl dies. And these like 5 people all got super pissed off, like, no, he's a human being. You should want to wish him death, stuff like that. I was like, people, he is a fictional character.
Who's gonna have a fictional death?
Yeah, I was like, he's not actually going to die. It's gonna be okay. How dare you, dude? I got reported, banned. I had a 30-day ban from Facebook because I said I wanted a fictional character to pass away.
That was just happened when they got rid of, like, spoiler alert, Glenn.
I mean,
Right.
you can't spoil it now. It's been out. I mean, it's been done. It's been finished, right? Like,
Beats the fuck out of me. I never watched it.
yeah.
I just picked up the key parts I wanted to know.
I think
What's funny about that is like they released a toy like a month beforehand of Glenn all fucked up to hell and back. And I was like, this is weird. Why is this a thing? And I took a picture of it because it was at the comic book shop. I took a picture of it and sent it to all my friends. And they're like, why would you send this to us? I was like, I don't know. I just fucking found it. And at the time, I wasn't watching it anymore. And fucking like a week later, the episode dropped. And it's the one where Glenn got his fucking shit rocked. And they were like, oh my God, Shorty, you spoiled this for us. But like, motherfuckers, the toy company did. I didn't do shit.
Blame Hasbro.
Yeah.
Because that's who it probably was.
I don't fucking remember.
Fucking Hasbro.
Fuck Hasbro.
I haven't watched Walking Dead since like season 3 or 4.
Dude, I gave up after like halfway through the second.
Did you? It was...
The plot line was the same every season. Oh my God, everyone's together. Oh my God, we found somewhere safe to live. Oh, there's some asshole who happens to live next door that's causing problems. We kill you, we leave.
How could you not keep that prison secure, though? It's a fucking prison.
That's what we're saying.
That's
dumb.
my point. Because they had so many problems with this other town next door, instead of just fucking off and leaving them alone.
Right.
And vice versa. I'm not saying the town was innocent either. But it just seems no matter where they go, there's already a group or a faction, and they just happen to start drama.
Look, all I'm saying is if we see a zombie apocalypse and I find another faction, I want to play nice.
Duh. My problem with the whole zombie apocalypse theory is you really only have to worry for about 4 months, depending on the time of year.
Because of
Yes.
decomposition?
It takes... Like, most of that show takes place in Atlanta, Georgia.
Where it's hot as balls.
Hot as balls, dude. You know how fast a body decomposes in, like, fucking hot temperatures?
But what do we know about the zombie virus?
Well,
like
if we're going just by The Walking Dead, and like the first season they explained it, that everybody is carrying it, alive or dead. So when you do die, you become another zombie.
Right.
And that's where a lot of their issues came in, because they would have people die or get bit and hide it, and then they turn. So,
Which I thought was dumb as fuck too, but continue.
I mean, carrying a virus, like if you know when your character's dead or you die, you're becoming a zombie, you would handle death very differently in that world.
Yeah, sure.
Cool. You're dead. We're burning your body out back.
Yeah.
End of the problem. But they never do that.
No.
They always make a big hullabaloo and a big show about it, and then they have enough time to come back as a zombie and bite somebody.
Right.
And then when you get bit by the zombie, that accelerates your turning into a zombie.
Yeah. No, and I always thought it was dumb as shit anyway. Like, now we have to, like, sit here, cry, mope, and do all this other stupid shit.
Fuck no. Double tap it.
Yeah, bro.
Walk away.
Yeah. Like, especially if it's your loved one. Like, why the fuck would you sit there and cry and moan and bitch and shit? Like, you should be able to sit there and be like, all right, this is no longer my loved one, at least in, like, mental state-wise.
Yeah.
So, like, you pop them twice, sit down, then mourn appropriately. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Your first 36 seconds there, cap them, then you'd be upset.
Yeah. But, like, when you're watching The Walking Dead or whatever, it was literally just, like, there was a pretty standardized, like, decomposition rate. Like, the entire first season, or the first 2 seasons, were, like, a very steady, like, oh, okay, cool, this is how this is going. Awesome. And then, obviously, yes, you would run into, like, okay, this guy was turned, obviously, months later to a zombie. So, yeah, but in actuality, you would only have to be worried about the mass population would be eliminated within the first 30 days.
I think, like you said, about 6 months.
6 months, you would really have to be worried and freak the
Maybe
fuck
to
out.
a year. I would say 6 months to a year.
It all depends on where you live.
Well, I'm ruling out decomposition itself. I'm going back to stupid shit like that. Mm-hmm. You count stupid shit, people hiding, getting hurt, getting bit, or somebody dying, you not appropriately disposing of the body. That's going to re-kick up that 6 month period, depending on how widespread it gets.
Sure.
But I think that's what they were trying to do with the show. Like, oh, it never ends because people are always getting turned. Well, you're either going to run out of people to turn, or you're going to stop all the zombies.
Yeah. That's like the biggest thing. I'm like, this is the dumbest fucking plot I've ever seen. Especially when you would see like hordes. No. You know how fast fruit goes to rot if you put one good apple in with a bunch of rotten ones? Faster than shit.
Yeah.
Decomposition works the same way.
Get all that shit together, it's going to burn through quicker.
Oh, yeah, dude. So you see a shit ton of zombies hanging out. Instead of one body taking 3 or 4 months, it's going to take a couple days before all the shit stops moving.
It's a good point.
It's fucking dumb.
This is a good point.
The best zombie movie there is World War Z. I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
I thought it was good. It
Fucking
was scary,
fantastic
though.
film.
It was a very scary twist to zombies. Like, if zombies can move that fucking fast, I'm fucked.
I'm here for it, dude.
Yeah. Well, that's how their shit ran. You know, they got infected. You're fucking hyper violent and savage, but then you burned out after what, like a month?
Mm-hmm.
Like after a month, the fucking virus ran through your system. You're dead.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I've seen it.
It was a
but
good one.
It's a good film.
It was good.
I'm going to have to rewatch it.
All right. Well, I think that's all we got for you
All right.
today's.
So in the meantime,
In the betweens time.
Remember, choose to be happy. Unless you're hungry, then choose to eat, because it's kind of hard to be happy if you're hungry.
That's fair.
Cue the music. We out.